Hey guys, and welcome back. This is ChosenArchitect. Today we're jumping back into some more Project Architect. So, I hope you guys are ready. So, real quick guys, if you didn't know, today is World Download Day. So be sure to get your episode 20 World Download. It is on the Discord if you are a supporter of any platform. That includes being a supporter on Discord, on Patreon, or a supporter on Twitch. So be sure to hop over on the Discord. If you need any information, we do have an FAQ there on how to get everything set up. If you didn't already know, maybe you're separate from Discord or whatever. But we do have a World Downloads channel, and that also includes World Downloads that go way back. I mean, way back. They're all listed there in a nice little archive for you guys to download. So be sure to check that out. And of course, guys, let's get on with today's episode. So we've killed the dragon and we've killed the wither. But there is another beast still lingering in our world, and that is the Chaos Dragon. Now, how are we going to go about killing a Chaos Dragon or prepare for killing a Chaos Dragon? Well, Draconic evolution is lingering right over our shoulders. So we're going to have to get into Draconic evolution today, and I think this is going to be a great mod to step into. Now, Draconic evolution has had some tremendous updates. So it is it's a completely different mod. If we take a look at Draconic, as you can see, I have some draconium dust. Let's go ahead and grab a little bit of this. Now, this currently is not EMCable, but the actual ingot form is. So let's go over here to our processing unit. I'm gonna go ahead and drop a few of those in there. Honestly, I only need one. So I'm going to drop that in there, let that process up. Let's head back down. I'm actually going to be removing some of these nodes, I think. Back here, I need to figure out, I'm using this one. Don't know what I'm using the other ones for, or if, I'm still using them for some of this, I think, for fluid and stuff. But anyways, I'm going to be utilizing this room here. Now, this room is fantastic. I think I'm going to change some of the color of the lamps, but orange looks pretty good. Draconic has this sort of blue, purple, orange theme that runs through the entire mod. So I really want to get this orange and purple and blue. So the roof pieces definitely need to change. So I'm going to get that done real quick. I'm going to get this moved out of here because we don't need these nodes anymore since we have wireless power now. We can use this for something else. I think one of these, yeah, these are just energy nodes. So yeah, we don't need this wireless energy anymore because we have things elsewhere. So with our one piece of draconium, we are pretty much ready to go. So the basics of getting into Draconic evolution, of course, you have to kill the wither. That's kind of one thing. Kind of kill the dragon. I mean, not really at first, but you do have to kill the dragon at some point. And then you also have to find a piece of draconium. So today, getting into Draconic, if I can pronounce everything okay today, the things we want to do is we want to get some automation done for some things like the Draconic core. For example, I want to be able to get to tier wyvern right here, and I want to be able to produce all of the cores that don't have EMC. For example, the Draconic cores. These are going to be really important to us, and they don't have EMC associated to them. Because they need to be processed. And at this point, these things should be processed. If it's processed inside of this, yeah, I want that to be done. That's the whole point of Draconic. So we need infusion injectors. Yeah, we're going to have to make a few of these. Luckily, the base tier, we can go ahead and just pull out. I'm going to grab 9 for now. I think 9 should be good. Don't remember if we need more than that, but if so, I'll make more. We need to make a few things: draconium cores and a wyvern core. These are expensive, but we need to make them. All right, so it says we can pull out like 1K of these. It just goes to show, like, yeah, that they do require nether stars. And nether star automation would actually be a decent thing to make, even in this pack, even with EMC, because nether stars are worth quite a bit, and you can automate it fairly quickly. We are going to get into wither sustaining later on, which is going to be kind of cool, but not today. Let's continue on with this. So how are we going to set this up? So this may be confusing for some people, but we need a fusion core. And this fusion core needs to be 1 block off the ground, just to kind of show this as an example. It doesn't have to be, but it is recommended that it is like this. So it's 1 off the ground, and you can go ahead and you can, I believe, place these on the ceiling if you want, like, so long as they're more than a block away from the fusion core. So you need to make sure maybe you're at least 2 blocks away. I'm going to go ahead and place mine here, but they can go up against the wall if you really wanted them to. But I'm just going to go ahead and line mine here on all the sides over here, just like this. I'm going to even grab 2 more. Yeah, I have 2. I was like 2 more. I was like, I already have them. So yeah, I have them all set up like this. You can have them lined up here, doesn't really matter. Just so long as, I believe they're within 16 blocks. I think that's the rule of thumb. Unfortunately, the book in this version isn't working. So, you can't actually make the information tablet. It is kind of broken. So my goofy self, yeah, I could have just bumped up to wyvern, which I'm going to go ahead and I've already made them. But my goofy self made regular energy relays, but there's actually wireless relays. So I need to go ahead and make these, which they're a bit expensive, but these are so worth it. So with the default setup like this, I'm going to go ahead and just make 3 of them for now. And we're going to place them down. This actually, I think I could get by with a single one of these relays coming directly off the bottom. Because the wyvern actually supports 3, whereas the basic that I was using before only supports the 1. So let me try and not confuse you, even though it's probably going to anyways. But let's start over. So I place this on the bottom. Make sure you shift right click on this to move this to output, because that's where a lot of people are probably going to get confused. And then we have the relays. Let's forget about those. Let's think about these wireless energy crystals. So this is where I was going to put them here and move them. So these are wireless, which means I should be able to take this and link here, and link here. So now we're spread across, and then I can click here and link to here, here, and here. Now, while I'm holding the wrench, you can see the area, but when I remove it, you don't see any cables at all. So it's pretty nice. So now we have power going to all of these, and we can go ahead and forget about that for now, because this is insane. So long as you have the power to support it, I don't think any other pipes that go into this is going to be faster than the actual power support that Draconic is going to be able to provide itself. So keep that in mind. I'm going to disable the limit here. And we should be good, because this is going to send out power. You can see right here the max charge, but it should be able to provide all this for right now with the charge we need to get these up and running. So to upgrade our crafters, which we're going to need for any of the other recipes, we're going to need an actual crafter, just a standard one. And we're going to need all of these different things, including diamonds, a block of draconium, 2 draconium cores, wyvern. We're going to need all of this stuff. Luckily, we should have all of this at our fingertips, so it shouldn't be too difficult. Diamond. We need to split this into 4. And I'm going to show you an easy way to just up and craft these. But if you wanted to set this up with auto crafting, there is a way that we can actually do that. And to do this automation, I'm going to use a combination of refined storage and, as you can see, XNet. So if you are unfamiliar with XNet, get prepared to have your mind absolutely blown with what XNet can do, because it is a fantastic item routing and logistics mod. Like it's crazy. So the controller itself actually needs power. So let's go ahead and jump into this and let's throw this down. Perfect. We'll hook this up to some power. So here we have our controller, and we have all these different channels here, and these channels are going to be fantastic. We can use these channels. If we really want to, we can use these channels as individual crafting recipes, which I have no problem doing. Down here, all I have to do is basically underneath each one of these, I need to place myself an advanced connector. And then we also want to set each one of these injectors to single mode. So all you got to do that is shift right click them, and you will set them to single item mode. And that's what we want. We want these set to single item mode at the moment. All right, so let's go ahead and get these all hooked up. So this is going to connect right into here, and you're going to see, I'm just going to facade these. I'm pretty sure the connected textures still work, even with it facaded. So let's go ahead and hook this in. I think they'll directly connect. Yeah. They're going to directly connect here. Just like that. Run my cable. Just like so. We don't even have to bury it or anything, because this has a really, really nice facade system. Now, I do want to number each one of these. So let's start this one with 1. We'll just say 1. This will be 2, just so we have a visual on it. And I'm going to go ahead and number all of these 1 through 9. So all of them are facaded and ready to go. Let's go into XNet, and let's actually take a look at the facade block, which is right here. And for this, you actually, I believe, click the block that you want to facade to. And oh, it doesn't, so it doesn't take on the texture, but that's okay. So the other thing I'm going to need is, let's see, back with XNet, I almost forgot. You do need a connector on your controller, and I'm going to put another connector. They don't have to be advanced, by the way, but I'm going to put another connector on the actual storage block that we're going to be sending items to, because this is what we're using to automate, for example. So if we have a barrel, let's just go ahead and, for example, place the barrel here. Oh boy, the lightning sounds. And then we'll place the crafter. And then I need a way to rotate this thing so it's facing the proper direction. So it's going to go into this barrel. And then we'll have a connector that is connected to it. And we just need to route back into this with XNet. So pretty straightforward. We haven't even gotten into the technical part yet, because that is coming up. So that should connect right in. And there we go. So concrete, this is, by the way, this all is this, I believe. That's all connected in. We still need to leave this open so we can tap into here just to check it out. But let's go ahead and think about these recipes. So first recipe, we can actually go ahead and set up with a refined storage, I believe. And we should be able to go over here. So Draconic evolution. Let's just go ahead and make these injectors. So this right here should send all of these items into that drawer, and bam, we have a processing recipe. Oh, I almost forgot. With XNet, we do need another advanced controller, but this actually needs to go up here. So we do need this connected in. Let's grab our cables. I think I can connect this over. Let me check this out real quick. I just placed the wrong thing. There we go. So this, how did we, oh, it was that pattern. This right here needs to be connected, and then we'll route this up, and it should go right into the bottom of this. And so I'll have an advanced blue connector that is also going to send and receive items from here. So this is going to be an interesting thing. We also need another chest. That needs to, or I could have an input that goes here. I probably want to have a separate chest that's going to be the input. So I'm pulling out of this. I'm probably making this a lot more complicated than it needs to be, but at least it, you know, at least it'll work in the end. Sometimes my brain just, you know, overcomplicates things. So let's go ahead and take another barrel. And this time we'll just make it a spruce barrel. That way we can just tap in here. Because I need an importer. This is basically where we're going to send our items. Just like that. And then I need to get my XNet. And I'm also going to need another connector. So there we go. Lots of connectors, but we should be all connected up after this. I think that's it. All right. So we have our inputs here. This is also an input. It's all going to be coming from our crafter, going into this barrel, all going to be routed and controlled with this controller. And then our output is going to be this spruce barrel here, which is going to allow it to go back into the network. So when we do a refined storage craft, it should just work. So that's the idea. Okay. So let's go ahead and place this into our crafter. For example, we should be able to place this in here, and let's go ahead and request a craft so we get all the items that we're going to need in here. Well, it says we're missing Draconic infusion injectors, even though we have them, and we're missing draconium blocks. Oh, that's because I haven't taught the system these items yet. Okay, so now we know them. And we should be able to request this, and I'm gonna start the request. So that should have all the items that we need in here. Okay, perfect. Now let's see if we can't configure all of this stuff to place them in the proper locations. So just to try and get this going, we have all of these. Unfortunately, they're not numbered in the, they're not sorted by number, which is kind of unfortunate. But we do have an indicator. This was going to be the block that we have everything coming out of. So let's create a new channel that is called item, which is great. So now we're going to have item logistics that is happening right here. So if we know everything comes out of this, we need to create a channel in here that is going to be called export. But at first, I'm going to actually leave this channel blank, but just keep in mind, this is going to be where things are exported from. And things are going to follow in this channel. So let's find out what we want first. So first things first is I want to go ahead and get all of my diamonds lined out. So I'll do diamond, 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 and diamond, right? So in 1, 2, 3, 4, we actually need to define diamond on where they go. So let's find one, and then we'll create an insert, and then we'll make sure this is on whitelist, which is by default is on whitelist. And this will just ensure that no other item goes into this. This should be only accepting this. Same for 2. We'll create an insert and then make sure that that is tagged. Then we need 3 inserts tagged. All right. And then 4. Seems like it kind of is sorted. Oh, by the way, don't accidentally forget to click on a channel before making changes, because like I almost did. So draconium block 7. I'll do the wyvern core here. Insert wyvern core. And then the last but not least, this one, which will be the block. Okay. So all of these are saved, and then we also need to send an item into the injector. So this will be an insert right here. And then you know what? We're actually going to have an insert and an extract, which is going to have to be on a separate channel. So really per craft might be a bit more complicated than this, but this isn't a huge deal. This is just for things that are going to be repetitive. And after we make this, we'll never need this craft again. So I'll end up wiping this craft actually, to make room for these crafts later on, but I'm using this as an example. Okay. So yeah, that kind of makes sense. All right. So I have my 9th injector, which I don't need right now. So I'm not going to worry about this. Yeah, we'll have an insert, and then I have to make a separate channel that is going to be items yet again. And this is going to be the channel where the output is this, where I create an extract. Once the item is able to be extracted, then it will be able to be put into our spruce, which will be an insert on the same channel. So it's going to extract from here and insert into here. So yeah, it does have to be on separate channels. But luckily we won't need too many items. So we're basically ready to go ahead and say, hey, let's go ahead and extract this by creating an extract. So that should extract. I see the items going in. I believe almost all of the items went in. They didn't go over here. Is that because... Oh, it's because I have the block in this in my hand. Okay, so everything's in here, and you see this is inside here. Now, I don't know if there's a way for me to trigger the redstone signal without putting a clock up here. So instead of sending the redstone signal the way that I was doing it, I think we can actually detect if there is a block in here and send a redstone signal based on the fact that there is a block in there. Now, to do this, I am going to go ahead and place a lamp down, connect it up, so that way we have a redstone lamp to sort of be able to detect such thing. So we should be able to detect if there's a block inside this area. So I have my redstone logic channel right here, and we have this. So I'm going to create a sensor, and it's going to check every 10 ticks or so, and it's going to check if there is an item inside. And it says amount to compare with, we'll just say 1. If there's equal to 1 item, then output a redstone signal on the white channel. Now we already have something that I believe we can send a redstone signal to a separate channel created by logic. And this, we should be able to create a output that is on white and give it a redstone signal of 16. Now this is how it should work. So let's go ahead and let's see if it's also going to do it if I send it to this channel. We'll set that to output, and then I'll set a redstone signal of 16. And we'll see if I put an item in here, it goes off. So that means it's sending a redstone signal right now while the item's in here. And then when I pull it out, notice this comes back on. So this is a way of sending a redstone signal to this to get this automated. That's awesome. This is going to work. So we already have it set up right here. So let's go ahead and do one more test. And all I have to do, refine storage. Actually, we're Draconic. And let's go ahead and make another one of these. And let's see if it automatically fills it in and automatically starts the recipe with a redstone signal. It should be giving a redstone signal, or maybe it's because it needs to be delayed, or does it need a pulse? Oh man, that would be a little bit more difficult to do. Well, I decided to go old school. This doesn't look as good, but unfortunately, that's not triggering it the way that I want it to. But hey, at least we have this automated. So I'm gonna need a few of these. So let's get into Draconic, and well, I'm gonna make a few of these Draconic cores here, or just a few of these. I think we need 7 more. So it should be pretty straightforward. All of these are going in. And as you can see, it automatically started the craft because it did receive that pulse. I wish I could figure out how to basically send a pulse signal through XNet. I just don't know if that's possible. So this is definitely one way to do it. May or may not be the best way to automate it, but it definitely is a way of automating it. And I think it's kind of fun. I think it's kind of fun to do this. So right here, I now have all of my wyvern infusion injectors, and actually there are recipes that do require this many. Believe it or not, they require exactly 10. So I'm gonna leave this one in my inventory for now. We'll have to hook that up eventually, but these still should be hooked up. And yeah, you can see by changing that, all it did was just basically change change what it's connected to. Same with the power. These should still all be powered and ready to go. All we did was just now upgrade them to the next tier. And so, well, I think today it's a good time to call it a day and thank the sponsor of today's video. And that, my friends, is going to go to Darth Bong. Yep, that's right, Darth Bong. Thank you so much for your amazing support, by the way, over on the Discord, becoming a Discord premium member. And of course, guys, if you are interested in joining the Discord, I say it every episode. By now, if you've watched it this far, you probably have it ingrained in your head, but be sure to check out the Discord if you haven't already. We literally just hit 23,000 members over on the Discord. That's That's insane. That's mind-blowing. That's literally mind-blowing. So guys, thank you so much for all of your amazing support. And of course, if you want to, be sure to follow me over on Twitch as well. And I do have a Twitter, if Twitter is your thing. I know it's not for everybody, but it is another place that I like to post all kinds of stuff. So be sure to check that out. And of course, guys, I will see you in the next episode. Be sure to click the subscribe button if you haven't already. And as always, thanks for watching.